There are a lot of uncomfortable truths that are going to be on the horizon for anybody who tries to walk a true path in a world such as this, full of illusions. What is good, my beautiful truth-seeking Earth family? This is your boy Abner, broadcasting at you from Alpha Intelligence Headquarters. So how do you begin to find your own toolkit, to build your own resources, so that when you're going through the ringer, you can manage your state? Well, time and again, from the beginning of my awakening to the current moment, the one thing that truly gets me in the zone, that really acts as a catalyst to get me on track, is prayer. Now again, prayer is a word that's loaded with all kinds of connotations from different cultural viewpoints. What I mean when I talk about prayer is communicating, talking to whatever you view as a higher power. Some see it as the universe, some as God, and you can have different associations of what God is based on your religious, cultural viewpoint. I don't think all of that is as important as the awareness within yourself that there is a higher power of some sort. Now, if you're the type that does not believe in a higher power, well, I would recommend that you pretend that there is for 2 minutes. Pray to that higher power and say, if you are there, please reveal yourself to me so that I may live my life correctly in accordance with the best possible way that I can. But if you're closed off to that, then essentially your ego is your God, and you will stay stuck. You will lack the humility to truly move forward in an impactful way, because we are not capable on our own as autonomous humans of really doing the right thing without guidance. We need guidance. We need the guidance of a higher power in order to make intelligent decisions. True intelligence is not the realm of the human being, but we do have the power, the ability to access and tap into true intelligence. Now, there's a little bit of a long-winded explanation of prayer. That's not actually the hard part, though. The hard part is being receptive on the other end, because when you pray, you send energy out via communication and intent, your thoughts, feelings out into, call it the universe, out into, call it what you want. The next part, and something that I see is a pitfall where people tend to fail, is not allowing yourself to be receptive, because as they say, God works in mysterious ways. What comes back to you might not come in a way that you expected. Now, I have watched people time and again piss on their own blessings because it didn't come to them in a way that they expected, which again, it's another trick of the ego. The ego tells you things are supposed to be a certain way. That's that same ego that brings up those fears, that tells those lies about how everything is going to go a certain way. It seems no matter how many times it leads us in the wrong direction, we haven't learned to track ourselves well enough to really begin to work with it and defy its commands over how we use our energy. So being receptive, and that's now in the realm of meditation, which meditation really is truly learning to be receptive. Now, I can promise you from my own personal experience that if you pray, there is an intelligent force listening to you that will answer. But sometimes the most challenging part, again, to reiterate, is to be receptive to the way it shows up. We have a tendency in our culture which excessively emphasizes instant gratification to not see the value in something if we're not getting a fast result. That's an ignorant way to approach this. Keep in mind that what we're talking about here is not sprinting. We're talking about a marathon. We're not talking about an instant quick fix. We're talking about a course correction after long periods of poor decisions, of bad feelings. It doesn't come fast and it doesn't come easy. Hey, and if it comes fast and easy for you, No hatred here, but that has not been my experience. In my experience, it comes tediously. It comes in ways that will inspire you to feel feelings you don't necessarily want to feel. But what you have to do is become okay with being uncomfortable. We overly value comfort in this society, and it is not doing us any favors. So that is what you're going to have to trade for being able to begin to walk a path that has true value in this world. You're going to have to devalue comfort, learn to love and appreciate discomfort, because you don't get out of that. This is not going to be a comfortable journey. And this is something that the people who are trying to sell you products and a bunch of foofy woo-woo bullshit are not going to tell you, because they know you don't want to buy this. They know you don't want to buy someone telling you you need to be uncomfortable. You want to buy something that's going to make you feel temporarily good, while you don't really have to make that much of an effort in life to do the things that need to be done to truly make a substantial and significant change. And I'm here to challenge that. As it's been challenged in my world, now I can begin to see the value of it, and I want to share that with you. There are a lot of uncomfortable truths that are going to be on the horizon for anybody who tries to walk a true path in a world such as this, full of illusions. You must begin to cultivate a sense of responsibility for your own state, a determination for managing your own state, regardless of what has been done to you to make you this way. You cultivate it like you grow plants in a garden. It will not necessarily come easy, but I am here to tell you it can be done, and if you do it, it will be worth it. Within you are hidden treasures, the likes of which I can't even begin to describe. It's a path you're going to have to walk in order to find those treasures, to find that value for yourself. I am but a humble servant of the Creator, just doing now at this point what I'm guided to do, so that I may begin to share with you some of the things that work for me. And again, not everything that works for me is going to work for you, but I can share with you the process of how I began to discover these things that are working for me, so that you can find your own. And I do truly hope that you hear this and look within yourself, cultivate an awareness of your state, and figure out where you are on the map of life, so that you can begin to take the steps and chart a course out of whatever muck you might find yourself in. You can develop a taste for the things that make you uncomfortable, and therefore turn your life into something amazing and beautiful. And I promise you that from nothing else but my own experience. But you have to start where you are, and you have to become okay being uncomfortable, and resolve yourself to being responsible for your state and doing whatever you must to overcome any negativity that has you stuck. So this is the beginning phases of alpha intelligence. I'm sure this thing will evolve and grow into much better content as we move forward, but I'm starting at my toddler's pace so that you might start at your toddler's pace, so that we can all move forward together and collectively find a way out of this ridiculous set of circumstances in which we all seem to find ourselves these days, as insanity grows ever more prevalent in society. It's time to go against that grain and discover our own way, to stop giving our power to tyrants, whether that tyrant is in your mind or if it's in an official government seat somewhere or some authority figure in your job or in your home. God, the universe, whatever you call it, is the authority. That is what we must listen to. And I'm here to tell you, we can directly, as human beings, tap into that energy, into that source, and begin to let it permeate our lives so that we can live amazing, beautiful lives of meaning purpose, and value. So I leave you with this today. Please feel free to drop in the comments and tell me what you like about this. Tell me what you don't. Tell me what you want to hear more about, what you want to hear less about. Tell me if you think I'm totally full of shit and where I need to look to discover the truth if you feel you found something better than what I'm talking about. This is kind of an open dialogue that I would like to have with you, and this is my way to communicate through this social media or whatever it is that you're watching this on. I hope that I have been of service to you today, and I will be back with another installment of this Alpha Intelligence journey as we learn and grow together. Much love, my family.